Hey guys, what's up? I'm Christian, that's Corey, and we are Super Comic Guru 9000. It's good to be back. I'm sorry I'm always so busy, guys, but Corey is holding down the house like a boss, and he makes it happen every week, so let's all give it up to Corey real quick. He is the man. Anyway, guys, we're here to review One Piece, and this was a really good chapter. At first, I was like, man, like, reading One Piece is sometimes difficult because there are all these word bubbles and it's like hard to tell what's happening and the action seems a little choppy sometimes, but this was a really great chapter. I thought that you got the Don Chinchao stuff and then you got the Pika stuff. The Pika battle at the beginning with Zoro and Pika seems to finally kind of be going somewhere. You did have Zoro actually cut Pika like once or maybe twice at this time, but...
Zoro has cut up Pika like... Well, tons of times.
Well, I mean, to actually hit him. Like, you know, like him spit blood. Like, that's only happened a few times.
Yeah, little by little, their battle is escalating, and I do like where it's going. I especially love the fact that Pika has his big erupting rock wiener exploding out of the ground, attacking everybody.
It's a Cialis very commercial funny. Everywhere. Everywhere you look.
What's really cool here is this whole chapter is basically establishing the fact that all of those side characters who are introduced in Kurita Coliseum are going to do something really cool, and they're going to help out everybody in the final battle. And Elizabello, the big King Punch guy, the guy who literally looks like King Hippo from Punch-Out, is going to be helping out Zoro in the battle. And as soon as you think they're about to start that, they immediately cut away to Don Chinchao, his subordinate Sai, and they're going up against Lao G and Baby 5.
I can't do the G's.
The G thing, just like... I love Lao G. I love his whole shtick. He's just hilarious. He's an old martial arts master who's obsessed with the letter G. He's like a friggin' Sesame Street character on drugs. And what I love most about him is he also has a really huge sense of humor. There's a scene where he seemingly dies this week, and his ghost just erupts into the sky, and then when he's asked to come back, he just does and starts kicking ass all again. But what is really cool about this chapter is we actually get a little bit of backstory for the character of Baby 5 as well. It's very short and very minimal, but it basically is just there to sort of give us a better appreciation for her character, who's obsessed with helping people.
Deep daddy issues up in that character.
To say the least.
She falls in love with everyone around her, but it does seem like her and, it's not Pika, what's the other character's name?
Sai.
Sai are actually, like, developing some sort of forced romance that's actually working out in some way, and it's very much forced by Don Chinchao, or Chinchao, and that guy's name, man, I feel almost racist when I'm saying it. It's like Ching Chong Ting, you know? It is bad. I'm sorry. It's just, it's got like 3 words in it. It's very confusing. And these characters originally, yeah, they teamed up with Luffy, and usually people that team up with Luffy are end up being good guys, but they always seem sort of like the tough pirates that just didn't care about human life. You know, they were there to kill everyone in the Colosseum and get the fruit, and they didn't care. But they're actually deeper characters than that, and I think that also comes back to what you were saying. These could have been throwaway battles or throwaway fights, or they could have just came back to it and been everyone's defeated, and a few of the good guys are left after Luffy, and everyone takes care of all the bad guys. But we're actually getting some really good development in these characters, and the One Piece world is just growing with brand new characters that will always be there, most likely.
And despite the fact that there was a lot of development this week, I think the action this week was really on point, especially from the character of Sai, who's a character I really didn't expect to do much of anything aside from be defeated in the Colosseum. But the fact that he literally, like, broke Chinchao's drill head, like, completely in half, which Chinchao shouldn't even be able to talk right now. He should be like freaking Floyd Mayweather. And he's still fine. And this is actually a really important scene, because this is basically when Don Chinchao finally, like, sort of passes on the mantle to Sai. And he's the one who's going to be leading the Hoppo Navy, or whatever it is they call it. And that's when Lao Ji comes in and just smacks the ever-living shit out of Chinchao, sending him flying into a wall, which is a real big cheap shot. But this just sort of pumps up Sai, and in that final panel where he proclaims his love for Baby 5, that he's going to marry her, he then kicks Lao Ji in the face with one of his devastating kicks, which, just like Chinchao, will have the ability to break the ice continent. I think that's pretty awesome right there. So everything in this chapter was like sort of started and wrapped up all together, and I thought that was really nice.
Except the Zoro stuff.
Except the Zoro stuff. But the Zoro thing, I think, is one of the most important fights of this arc, next to Luffy, Bellamy, Law, Doflamingo, Zoro, and Pika. Because those are the big ones.
What we're going to see is the extent of Zoro's power for the first time since the time skip. You haven't really seen it, if you ask me.
I still really think he hasn't displayed what he's truly capable of.
So I'm very excited to actually see when that fight comes to push or shove, and when he actually gets pushed against the wall and does something amazing.
Literally, because he's fighting against Pika, who is the walls.
Who is the walls. It's going to be awesome. I like this chapter. I kind of course, I always wanted more Luffy stuff and whatnot, but...
I would have loved more Luffy Bellamy stuff, but obviously that's something they're building up. There was a color page this week.
Yes.
Which was very simple and, very random, just like the other ones. It's basically just a bunch of random characters in a drawn horse and carriage. And when I say random, I mean really random. Like, Ace is there, and he's dead as shit.
Yeah.
So
no, there was just a lot.
There was Sabo there.
Sabo,
there was Bartolomeo, who, the more I see Bartolomeo, the more I'm like, oh, he's the next Straw Hat. He has to be. He's so distinctive. He has his own cool powers, and he's completely obsessed with the Straw Hats.
He could, protect the ship or something,
something around those lines.
Like, he could, make a force field around it or something like that. There's a lot of cool potential with that character. And there's just a lot left to do in this arc. I mean, now that the fights are starting, that doesn't mean... Maybe we are in the, final one-third, but it's going to be a long one-third. There's a lot left to do here. And
they do make an emphasis to bring up, that the big final battles are getting ready to start in this week's chapter, too. So we're getting there, little by little. Little by little.
Again, sometimes One Piece is better digested through the anime, but this was definitely a good manga chapter. What do you say on rating-wise? I know we're doing a 1 to 5.
It wasn't a perfect chapter for me, but I still thought it was really entertaining for all the action. The artwork was really cool, especially that final panel where Sai was beating the shit out of Lao Ji. Lao Ji's really funny. Baby 5 is a really enduring character. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
I have to completely agree. I thought a 4 out of 5 is dead on. So that wraps up our review this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure and give us a big thumbs up. It helps out the channel a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already. You can check us out on Facebook and Twitter. We spend a lot of time posting articles that we like, so there's really more content than just our videos getting posted there. So please go check those out. We also have an Amazon associate link, so if you want to buy something from Amazon, do it through there, and it helps out our channel. And if you're feeling extra gracious, we have a PayPal link that you can donate directly to the channel with. We have some big news coming up, too. Today, we are interviewing a very famous internet star. And he's a young, new internet star. Isn't that true? And it is the killer from Too Many Cooks. We're going to be sitting down with him today at the studio, not at Corey's house. It's going to be a really cool-looking interview. So stay tuned for that. I'm not sure when it's coming out, but we are recording it today, and I'm very excited to sit down with that guy and discover what Too Many Cooks was all about.
And if you guys have not seen Too Many Cooks, we'll put a link for that video in the description box below. It's absolutely insane.
It's like a viral video that's 11 minutes long, which is a little long in the sense of the internet kind of stuff, but man, it is great. And it'll blow your mind. And just go check. I don't even know how to describe Too Many Cooks.
That's the best way is to not describe it. Is just to simply trust us, click on the link, watch it, and just watch the whole thing.
And thank you guys always for your continuing support and your great comments. I feel like we have a really positive, awesome channel. Thank you everyone for everything. And until next time, Super Comic Guru 9000 out.